Welcome back to Crypto Mic Drop News. It's about mid-November, lots to catch up on. Let's get into it. 9 XRP ETFs to launch within 10 days with Franklin Templeton in the lead. The XRP market is entering a major phase in institutional adoption, with 9 XRP ETFs scheduled to launch between November 18th, which is tomorrow, and November 25th. The rapid rollout marks one of the latest expansions of investment products for a single cryptocurrency. The first launch came on November 13th from Canary Capital when they introduced the very first XRP ETF in the United States under the ticker XRPC, recording a $58 million first day trading volume. This now stands as the biggest ETF launch of 2025, but the momentum is just beginning, with several major financial firms set to follow within the next 10 days. The most anticipated launch will be on Monday with Franklin Templeton's XRP ETF, followed by Bitwise on November 20th and 21 Shares on November 21st. CoinShares is expected to launch theirs on November 22nd, with the final wave coming November 25th when Grayscale and WisdomTree will launch their very own XRP ETFs. With all of this bullish moves, Forbes now says XRP is a very different beast than it was just 1 year ago. Forbes has dramatically shifted its stance on XRP and Ripple, describing the company as almost unrecognizable compared to the version it profiled in early 2024. Today, the outlet calls Ripple's transformation a $180 billion reinvention driven by acquisitions, regulatory clarity, and a surge of institutional interest in XRP. And we're just getting started. In other news, Brics payment system has upgraded and now supports transactions across over 185 countries. Brics member China's new payment system, named Cross-Border Interbank Payment System, or CIPS, is taking the financial world by storm. The CIPS payment system now supports international transactions in the Chinese yuan across 185 countries. China has already signed agreements with over 40 countries, including Brics nations, to settle payments on the new CIPS system. As of 2023, settlements reached a high of 52 trillion yuan, representing 58% of the total cross-border flow. That is a historic milestone that even surpassed the US dollar in various measures. For context, 95% of the trade between China and Russia has been settled in local currencies for the past 3 years. All of this is in an effort to de-dollarize and get away from the US greenback. In other international news, XRP gets legal recognition in India as property. For many countries, cryptocurrencies and tokens still occupy a regulatory gray area as governments continue to understand how these assets function. However, some nations have taken decisive steps towards legal clarity by recognizing crypto as property. With India classifying digital assets as property, this will strengthen ownership rights and bring them under existing tax laws and frameworks. All of this sets a new precedent in the country's legal and regulatory landscape, which is very, very good for their people. XRP will touch everything. Analysts weigh down on Ripple's latest advancements. With Ripple Prime now live, this marks an exciting new chapter for Ripple, making it the first crypto company to own and operate a global multi-asset prime broker. This was one of only 5 major acquisitions by Ripple in the past 2 years, including the more recent acquisition of G Treasury, also the stablecoin power payment platform Rail in 2025, the acquisition of Standard Custody in 2024, and Medico back in 2023. Black Swan capitalists weighed in on this on X, saying, Ripple is gradually consolidating the entire digital asset ecosystem. Every acquisition, corridor, and off-ramp is part of one plan to build the internet of value. This is how the financial system is being rewritten and how XRP will eventually touch everything in it. Last but not least, a famous analyst in the XRP community says that buying XRP now is like buying XRP back in 2016 at half a penny. XRP Nation, a well-known voice in the XRP community, recently compared today's XRP price with the asset's ultra early days. The commentator suggested that buying XRP at $2.20 now carries the same long-term opportunity as buying it back at half a penny in 2016, a period that preceded XRP's historic surge of more than 75,000%. In other words, XRP Nation's message implies that investors today may be in a similar position as those who purchased XRP for fractions of a penny nearly a decade ago. In 2016, as many in the XRP community know, XRP traded around half a penny before embarking on a multi-year climb that eventually carried it to as high as $3.84 in January 2018. That journey produced one of the largest returns in crypto history. Interestingly, some of the XRP community now believe that the coin could replicate that trajectory. With all the recent acquisitions and institutional adoption coming in, one can't help but wonder how true that statement could be. Thank you so much for watching Crypto Mic Drop News. I hope you have a great day and a great week. Crypto Mike out.